wà ńbẹ̀. Okay, now ẹ jẹ́ n play press release tí bàbá wa Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tó ṣe jáde fún àǹfààní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ì gbọ́. Ohun tí àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá fẹ́ lọ ṣe lọ́la. Ohun tí àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ṣe lọ́la. Tí ẹ bá rántí, bàbá wo Ológunlolúwa wọ́n jáde lẹ́nu ọjọ́ bíi méjì mẹ́ta sẹ́yìn. Wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé mẹ́ta ni nǹkan tó tí àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá fẹ́ bá lọ sí ìpàdé eléyìí tó ń bọ̀ tó bá wáyé lọ́dọ̀ ọba Ẹlẹ́gùṣì tí àwọn ènìyàn kan sọ wípé òun ló pa Mohbad, ọba yẹ̀yẹ́, ọba aládé rádaràda, ọba aládé yẹ̀bùyẹ̀bù ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ọ̀rẹ́ Olúwo tó yẹ pé àwọn méjèèjì wọ́n jọ ṣorí burúkú papọ̀ ni. Mi ò tiẹ̀ tí ì fẹ́ lọ ọbẹ̀ yẹn torí pé wọ́n ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ Mohbad gẹ́gẹ́ bá a ṣe gbọ́ lórí ayélujára, wọ́n ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ Mohbad ń ké lórí ọba Ẹlẹ́gùṣì. Ibẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ti fẹ́ ṣe ìpàdé eléyìí tí wọ́n náà fẹ́ ṣe lọ́la. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi share ètò yìí torí pé mo ní information tí mo fẹ́ pass ní ti àṣálẹ́ yìí fún gbogbo àwọn ọba. Mo ní information pàtàkì tí mo fẹ́ pass fún gbogbo àwọn ọba oníjẹkújẹ. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, information kan tẹ̀ mí lọ́wọ́ ní wàràǹsẹ̀sà ní ìjẹta òde yìí. Àná ni mo fẹ́ ṣe program yẹn, ṣùgbọ́n iná wa tó bàjẹ́ tẹ́ bá rí ẹ rí pé lórí ètò mi mò ń ṣe program yẹn lọ iná lọ. Iná yẹn bàjẹ́ wọ́n ṣẹ̀ ṣe lénìí ni. Information tó tẹ̀ mí lọ́wọ́ jẹ́ kó yé mi wípé lára àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wípé ó lọ sí gáràjì ibi tí wọ́n ti ń ta mọ́tò, ó lọ ń ná mọ́tò. Àwọn tó rí ló jẹ́ kó yé mi. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé mo sọ fún yín pé mo ní àwọn ọba aládé tí wọ́n ń fún èmi àrólé ọmọ bàbá tẹ́ntẹ́n Olúmọ̀ìkọ́ ọba lọ́la JP tó ń fún mi ní information. Tí n bá jókòó, tí n bá dúró, ojú tọ́lé ojú tóko. Tí èmi àrólé tí n bá wò sùn lọ, ojú tọ́lé ojú tóko. Ọba yìí ìkan lára wọn pè mí pé àrólé bàbá tẹ́ntẹ́n ẹ ní láti pariwo báyìí nítorí pé lára àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti lọ ná mọ́tò tí ìdẹ̀ ń ṣe mọ́tò kékeré tí ì ṣe mọ́tò kúẹ́kúẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó pè mí ló máa fi orúkọ bo ọba yìí láṣìírí. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá wá ṣẹlẹ̀ òun máa wá tẹ́kì snap ọba yẹn pẹ̀lú mọ́tò tó lọ ná tó rà. Nínú ìpàdé tí wọ́n lọ lọ́la yìí náà ni o, ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi eléyìí ò ṣe, ẹ̀yin náà mọ̀ pé mi kì í ṣeré. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o tí ń bá sọ àrólé bàbá tẹ́ntẹ́n kọ̀ǹfàmù ni. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, wọ́n ní ọba aládé yìí ó lọ ná mọ́tò, mọ́tò tó lọ ná, ó ti yé eyín náà bó ṣe fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó ti yé eyín náà ibi tí owó ti fẹ́ jáde. Ó ti lọ ná mọ́tò tó ní agbára tó ṣọ̀tọ̀, jíìpù tó ló lágbára tó ṣọ̀tọ̀ ni wọ́n ní ọba yìí lọ ná. Kí ló lọ ná mọ́tò fún? Nítorí ìpàdé ọ̀la yìí ni. Mo ti gba information yẹn kì í ṣe ní kì í ṣàná ni wípé TINUBU ti tọ́jú owó tó ń dẹrù bowó. Kódà níbi tó ṣe dé, níbi tí mo gba information yẹn dé, ẹsẹ̀ ní TINUBU fi máa tari owó sí wọn. Ìwọ gba tiẹ̀ jàre. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n bá ṣe gbogbo ìpàdé yẹn tó wọ́n ní àwọn first class ọba, wọ́n tún máa ní ìpàdé ìdákọ́ńkọ́. Ìpàdé ìdákọ́ńkọ́ yìí ni wọ́n ti máa tún gbé òbítíbitì owó fáwọn top class ọba mìíràn. Owó tí ó ń dẹ́rù bòṣì. Owó tí ìran ọmọ wọn ò ní lè ná tán. Owó tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa ná 15 years to come àbí 15 years lẹ́yìn 15 years gan wọ́n sì bá máa ná owó yìí lọ. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, mo máa play press release tí bàbá wa Ọláyọmí Kóìkì ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n kí n tó play ẹ jẹ́ n béèrè lọ́wọ́ bàbá mi Comrade Omeyo bóyá wọ́n sì rí ọ̀rọ̀ láti sọ kí tó kọlu agbami ètò. Èmi àrólé mo lọ́rọ̀ láti sọ lónìí. Ẹ bá mi máa pín ètò yìí, ẹ bá mi máa share fún gbogbo ọmọ aládé. Ẹ bá mi máa pín ètò yìí, ẹ bá mi máa share fún gbogbo ọmọ aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá jákèjádò àgbáláyé. Ẹ bá mi máa sọ fún ọ wípé èmi àrólé ọmọ bàbá tẹ́ntẹ́n ọmọ Olúmọ̀ìkọ́ ọba lọ́la JP mo ti ń bẹ lórí àpèrè sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ mi kó wá gba information lẹ́nu mi. Àwọn ọba aládé ti lọ, wọ́n ní ìkan lára ọba aládé ti lọ ná mọ́tò owó tí ò tí ì gbà. Kẹ́ ẹ bá lè mọ̀ wípé iná ti jó lórí kókó. Bàbá mi ò méyọ̀ tẹ́ bá wà ń bẹ̀ gbóhùn sókè sà tẹ́ bá wà ń bẹ̀ sà. Okay, network yẹn. Now, èmi ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ tèmi ni. Ṣé mọ̀ pé bàbá mi ò méyọ̀ mo fún ọ láàyè láti pé kó bá gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀. Àmẹ́mi àrólé bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ nísìn àjọ máa ṣe kí ni o àjọ máa mú nǹkan lẹ̀ lálẹ́ yìí. Ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mo ti rí bàbá mi kan ọba aládé lórí ìkànnì yìí dádì mi mo ti sáìtì yín sà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wọlé ni mo rí yín. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà ẹ bá mi máa gbé ètò yìí lọ bá àwọn ọba aládé bí ẹgbẹ́ yín sà tẹ́yìn náà ń bọ̀ torí èmi mọ̀ pé àjọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ yìí ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wọlé lẹ́ẹ̀kan ni mo rí yín dádì mi mo ti rí pé ẹ ti wọlé ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kábíyèsí o kábí ó pẹ́ lórí yín dádì mi kí bàtà ó pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ káàṣì ó pẹ́ lẹ́nu yín kọ́rí kése mo kí yín ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Bàbá ẹ bá mi gbé ètò talẹ́ yìí ẹ bá mi lọ gbé bá àwọn ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wípé ogun tí wọ́n fẹ́ dálẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọn ò ní lè jẹ́ tọ́sà. Ṣé ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ibi tí olódodo ibi tí aláìṣẹ̀ bá ti ń jèrè ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ó ṣeéṣe kó lódodo tán láńbẹ̀ o. Ẹ bá mi ṣe ètò yìí dádì. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ mi tẹ́ ti wà nínú ilé. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ kóòtù òjìrì ẹ̀yin ọmọ aládé. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ aládé lórí ẹ̀yin ọmọ alórí ládé gbogbo yín ni mo kí o ẹ káalẹ́. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi pín ètò yìí sẹ́ẹ̀ kó dọ̀dọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá bàbá wa kan wà nù ìkànnì yìí bí mo ṣe bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ ọba ẹ̀yin ìyàwó gómìnà ẹ̀yin ọmọ gómìnà ẹ̀yin sísítà gómìnà ẹ̀yin brọ́dà gómìnà ẹ̀yin sísítà ọ̀nàrẹ́bù gbogbo ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mo ní information fún yín lórí ìkànnì lálẹ́ yìí. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ wípé gbogbo yín ti gbàgbọ́ ibi tẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ wà yìí orí ṣẹ́rí gunpowder náà ṣe sọ pé ẹ jòkó lé lórí bomb powder rèé. Ó máa burst mọ́ yín nídìí bó dẹ̀ ṣe máa burst mọ́ yín nídìí èmi àrólé máa ṣàlàyé fún yín lálẹ́ yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa jóná tọmọtọmọ tayátayá ní gbogbo ibi tí ọmọ àtìyàwó yín bá wà bí ìgbóná bó ṣe máa dé bá wọn máa ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún yín lálẹ́ yìí fún oko ẹrú tẹ́ lọ ẹ fẹ́ tún kó wa lọ. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi ẹ fẹ́ balẹ̀ dáadáa ẹ lè má tí gbọ́ voice note yìí ẹ jẹ́ sáré play ẹ̀ fún yín. Mo mọ̀ dádì mi White Lion ńkọ́ ẹ bá mi pe Ọláyọmí Kóìkì kó súnmọ́ mi ń bí. Ẹ jẹ́ sáré play voice note láti ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá mi Ọláyọmí Kóìkì. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ farabalẹ̀ dáadáa. Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn ọba ń lọ ẹ̀yin kan lè máa wò pé àṣebí normal meeting ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé báyé yín ṣe máa bàjẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe máa báyé yín jẹ́ àti ìran ọmọ yín tó ń bọ̀ òun ni wọ́n ń bá lọ lọ́la kó lè yé yín dáadáa. Kí n tó mú àwọn information mi wá ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀yin ọmọ aládé tẹ́ bá wo orí ìkànnì yìí ẹ bá mi máa share ẹ bá mi máa pín ẹ já kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ ilé iná.
I recorded that. This is the 6th of November 2024 on the platform Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep as we are now asking questions surrounding the visit of the Foreign Secretary to Nigeria, David Lammy. It also happened for record purpose that today is the day that Donald Trump has now been elected as the 47th President of the United States of America. Also, on a sad note, we can also confirm that the death of Taoreed Lagbaja, the former Chief of Army Staff, as announced by the government, is also today. Now, why are we asking this question? According to David Lammy and the press release by the British government on their website gov.uk, they are asking Nigerians that we should keep Nigeria together for 50 more years. 50 more years in the sense that the British government says that Nigeria would be in a better place by 2075. It will even be the 5th largest economy in Africa. And what that means is that the British government does not want the breakup or dissolution or those campaigning for self-determination. Could this also mean that that is the reason why the kings will be having their meeting on the 7th of November, which is tomorrow, where they'll be gathering and be signing a new 50 years deal to keep Yoruba people in Nigeria? These are questions that we are asking many people this afternoon, that we have been telling us that after Igbo letter to number 10 Downing Street, there is a lot of move by the British government and the monarchy system in Nigeria to keep us together, and maybe that is the reason why David Lammy has been put on the flight to go to Nigeria, visit South Africa, but the South Africa is just a gimmick. The major part of it is Nigeria. But if David Lammy flew to Nigeria alone, it will flag up. So I'm asking the question to millions of Yoruba people, especially the 60 million Yoruba people, that are you ready to remain in one Nigeria for another 50 years to 2075, when British might be ready with our kings to make sure that we can dissolve Nigeria? Let's read quickly the press release from the British government. Was published on the 3rd of November 2024, and you can find this particular link by typing www.gov.uk or by putting the headline "Growth at the Heart of Foreign Secretary's Visit to Nigeria and South Africa." That is the headline. Foreign Secretary David Lammy visits Nigeria and South Africa. This is coming from the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, and also the office of the Lieutenant Honorable David Lammy, that is the current Foreign Secretary to the United Kingdom, and the Labour government, Sir Keir Starmer. Economic growth to underpin work in both Nigeria and South Africa, as Foreign Secretary agrees to develop a new UK-South Africa growth plan and a new strategic partnership with Nigeria. Climate continued to top the agenda of Foreign Secretary's engagement as he visits Earthshot event in Cape Town. Foreign Secretary set out growth is the core mission of this government, and we underpin our relations in Nigeria, South Africa, and beyond. David Lammy will begin a visit to Nigeria and South Africa today, the 3rd of November 2024. His first trip to Africa continent as Foreign Secretary and first to visit South Africa since 2013. Commitment to fresh approach to Africa that works productively from Morocco to Madagascar. The Foreign Secretary will announce the start of a 5-month consultation process to ensure African voices inform and sit at the very heart of the UK's new approach to the continent. I want us to take note of that particular word. Africa's voices inform. Which of the voices? Is it the voice that myself and you are demanding the breakup of Nigeria, or the voice of those from the cabal that are telling the government of Britain, or those from the politicians that are advising the Foreign Secretary that it will be of interest that Yoruba remain under Nigeria for 50 more years? Let's go further. The consultation will guarantee, the word guarantee means that UK has already now confirmed officially that Nigeria will remain the same as it is if nothing is done from the campaigners of self-determination, either the Biafra or the Yoruba or the Arewa. But the guarantee is that UK wants to accommodate the diverse needs and ambition of 54 countries. The consultation will guarantee the UK relation across Africa, including Nigeria, are based on the mutual respect and partnership. Remember that we told you that the 1914 Amalgamation is a business treaty between the UK government and Nigeria. The Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, is now saying that Africa has a huge growth potential, with the continent on track to make up 25% of the world population by 2050. These are the same lies that we have been told many times, that we are better off as Nigeria in Africa. But if not, why are we not growing in the fast pace? Is because all the resources and all the economic situation in Nigeria is being controlled from outside Nigeria. Now, our new approach, what does approach mean? There is an approach that would deliver respectful partnership, that listen rather than tell. So Britain is saying that we want to listen, but we don't want Nigeria to break up for the next 50 years. We want to keep Nigeria for 2075, and we can review if we need to dissolve this country or not. Even though we know that the 1914 amalgamation expired according to Jonathan, and I can now confirm with a credible intelligence that Jonathan's life is now a threat. I'm talking about the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. The Fulanis are going to take him out. Whoever knows Jonathan should tell the former president to beef up his security in and out and vet those that surround him.
Èsì lẹ́tà wa tá a submit fún prime minister lẹ́ ń gbọ́ yìí o. Èsì lẹ́tà wa tá a submit fún prime minister UK o lẹ́ ń gbọ́ yìí o. Wípé wọ́n tún fẹ́ keep Nigeria for 50 years. Then lẹ́yìn 50 years yẹn wọ́n máa wá ronú bóyá wọ́n máa gbé Nigeria bí wọ́n tún ní pín. Ó ti yé lẹ́yìn tá a submit lẹ́tà yẹn ẹ ṣáà ti mọ̀ pé gbogbo rògbòdìyàn ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́tùn lósì tí ò yé wọn, ṣùgbọ́n prime minister yẹn ó ti yé wọ́n ti ń fèsì padà báyìí ètò wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe. Òun ni wọ́n ní kí àwọn ọba wa kí wọ́n wá sign lọ́la. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ farabalẹ̀ dáadáa o. Ọ̀rọ̀ ń bọ̀ a máa sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ yìí. Ẹ ṣáà bá mi máa pín ètò yìí a máa sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ yìí. Torí pé bó ṣe ń dogun wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ náà ló ń ẹ ṣáà jẹ́ àṣẹ sùúrù náà. Ẹ já gbọ́ voice note bàbá wa ìtàn.
This is an intelligent. Jonathan's life is now a threat, and I want many people to please help me to cut out this particular side. We might not like Jonathan, we might disagree with him, but Jonathan was able to expose to us that Nigeria dissolved in 2014, and it is only the British intention to keep it together. Intelligence gathered by me has now confirmed that the Fulani wants to kill Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. If you know him, if you're a family friend, please tell Jonathan to beef up his security and change the strategy of where he goes, because his life is now under threat. Just the same way Dr. Malafia was killed, just the same way Lagbaja Taurid was killed. We do not know who the next person will be, but I can confirm that the reason why they want to kill Jonathan is because of this. Listen to this.
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forth, not to bore you, first, and I quote, not my statement. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English.
That particular conversation, this particular video has now spotlight back again by the Fulanis to take out Ebele Goodluck Jonathan. Please tell him to keep his security on the top notch. Let's listen to the final part of that video. My name is Omoko, and today is the 6th of November 2024. This is a very important message that it has now been open to the public that David Lammy is telling us indirectly that we will keep Nigeria together till 2075. This is an indirect message. It's not going to come in the way you expect it to come. What they have done is exactly what we have been saying when I came out to tell us that our kings have now compromised to keep Yoruba people into Nigeria for the next 50 years. I did not know as at the time how many years. But according to this report from the UK press statement, that Nigeria will be one of the biggest Africa in the biggest economy by 2075, has now indicated when you multiply or calculate from today to 2075, it's approximately 51 years, but I capped it at 50 years. So what they are saying is that whether we like it or not, we will remain one Nigeria for the next 50 years, but that is subject to if the Yoruba truly want to be part of Nigeria or not. Let's finish part of the Jonathan discussion, and I'll come back again.
Well, friends, the word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, "It is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria."
Now, these are evidence from a man that was in power for 8 years and also 4 years or so before he became the president. So Jonathan had enough credible information on his desk that there was nothing called Nigeria before 1914. So, but why is it Nigeria? We're going to listen to Jonathan. And this is the reason why they want to keep Nigeria to 2075. That is the date. Date here, but I'm going to speak in Yoruba, but let me complete it in English because I want the British citizens to understand that the more we keep Nigeria, the more the pressure cooker is going to happen as well here in the United Kingdom because many Nigerians will find their way down here. Let's go back again and listen.
What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in the outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Amalgamate, former Premier of the Northern Region. He thought, and I quote, "Since 1914,
you can hear the word since 1914. This is the word. This is not an AI video. This was after Jonathan left power. He could not say it while he was in power because his life was at risk. But Jonathan left power and made it known to millions of Nigerians that you don't need to go and revolt. You don't need any voting. We know that he could have stopped it himself, but because of their greed, because of the criminality in them, they refused to, which Jonathan should have ended Nigeria, which we are now telling TINUBU to do the same thing. TINUBU will now be saying that, but Jonathan that was in power enjoyed the power for 8 years. He did not dissolve Nigeria. He did not give the right of the indigenous people to control their resources and become an autonomous, independent country. Rather, Jonathan was going around the bush looking for how to set up a conference and all manners of lies. But Jonathan told us, and you can see that we have not just evidence, that Jonathan is telling us a credible information that no Nigerians should be called Nigerians because we are not Nigerians, we are Yorubas, we are Biafrans, we are Arewa, but yet Jonathan did nothing while he was in power to stop it. Let's listen to the final part of what he was saying.
The British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country.
The British government have been trying to make Nigeria into one country, and they have now extended that to 2075. And that does not even guarantee that they will allow Nigeria to dissolve. Maybe you didn't hear what I said. The British government under David Lammy, the foreign secretary, and I'm going to push swiftly, says Nigeria, and this is the highlighted part of it here, Nigeria will be the largest economy, the 5th largest economy by 2075. I am not the one that says this. I am not the one making this up. This is what the British Foreign Secretary has said, that the Foreign Secretary will now advocate for further collaboration. What does collaboration mean? The work between Britain and Nigeria. on mutual growth. Idagbasoke, the UK-Nigerian Enhanced Trade and Investment Partnership that was already signed at the earlier this year. So a kind of a trade enhanced investment was signed by the British and Nigeria. But what they did not tell us then was that by 2075, which is 50 years from now, we want to keep it together. Now, Jonathan is now telling us exactly what David Lammy is saying in 2024. This video is something you need to share. This audio that I'm recording is important that every Nigerian listen to this, because there is no amount of your election that will resolve the problem. Let everybody go their separate ways. Self-determination is an inalienable right, and that right must be respected by Britain, United Nations, and we hope that the new administration of Donald Trump would also play a pivotal role in the breakup and dissolution of Nigeria, the amalgamation.
But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different.
The Nigerian people are historically different. This is coming from Jonathan.
In their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs.
And that is the reason why the Islam in the north is different from the Islam in the south. Our cultural belief is different. Our mode of dressing is different. There is nothing that put us together, but Britain is the one that wants it to happen. Let's listen further.
And not show themselves any sign of weakness to unite.
So if we are not showing any sign of trying to unite, why are we forcing ourselves? More reason why Lagbaja was taken out. Because some individuals within the cabal do not want to see Lagbaja promoting and doing things in a way in accordance to how he wants to do it. But yet, millions of Yoruba people are still living in denial. Millions of Yoruba people still do not want to accept the truth and nothing but the truth, that it is only the intention of Britain to keep us together, even though our unity is not going to work.
The Nigerian unity is only the British intention for the country.
The Nigerian unity is only a British intention and nothing more than that. And I hope that this message reach every part of the world as it is being put out today. Mo kí gbogbo lé pé èní ní ọjọ́ kẹfà nínú oṣù kọkànlá ọdún 2024. Ó tún bọ́ sí àyájọ́ tí Amẹ́ríkà tó yan olórí míì tí a mọ̀ sí Donald Trump tó di pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì 47th president tí ó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Èní tún bọ́ sí ọjọ́ tí a gbọ́ tí federal government sọ nípa ikú Chief of Army Staff Taoreed Lagbaja tí ó jẹ́ ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun State, tí a mọ̀ dájú pé ikú yẹn kò ń ṣe ikú lásán tí kò bá ṣe pé ó lọ́wọ́ àwọn Fúlàní nínú. Kí ni a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí? Òun náà ni gbogbo awuyewuye tí ó ń lọ lẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta yìí. Èyí tó ṣe pàtàkì òun náà ni ìjọba Britain. Ìjọba Britain tó jáde láti jẹ́ kó yé wa pé àwọn fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó ṣì ràn, kó ṣì máa ṣiṣẹ́, kó ṣì wà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú títí di 2075. Pé tó bá di 2075 ńkọ́, gẹ́gẹ́ báwọn ti ṣe rí nínú àyè tiwọn, gẹ́gẹ́ báwọn ti ṣe rí nínú èyí tí wọ́n ń pè ní làákàyè tiwọn, pé Nàìjíríà máa di ìlú ńlá rẹpẹtẹ tó máa láǹfààní gan fún gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà. Tàbá wá ní kájọ gbé yẹ̀wò káwò sọ́tún sósì, a rí pé ọjọ́ 12 nínú oṣù kẹwàá ni bàbá wa Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ tó gbé lẹ́tà lọ sí Prime Minister House, ìyẹn ní number 10 Downing Street, láti lè fi ẹ̀dùn ọkàn wa hàn látara pé ìran Yorùbá tó ń sọ pé òun fẹ́ dá dúró. Oṣù kan mà tí pé ó tó bí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì sẹ́yìn là á gbọ́ pé àwọn ọba fẹ́ ṣe ìpàdé ní November 7 èyí tó máa jẹ́ lọ́la ìtúrẹ́ ní ọjọ́ 6 nínú oṣù kọkànlá ní aago 5 lọ lù. Tá bá wá wo nígbà wo gan ni àwọn Britain tí wọ́n kó wa papọ̀ ní 1914 nígbà wo ni wọ́n ti ń gbé yẹ̀wò pé àwọn máa rán David Lammy ìyẹn tó jẹ́ foreign secretary lọ sí Nàìjíríà, ṣé lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí lẹ́tà wá dọ́dọ̀ wọn ni wọ́n rò ní, àbí lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n pe ìpàdé pẹ̀lú àwọn ọba pé òun máa rán yàn wá o. But gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe mọ̀, wọ́n sọ sínú àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ tó fi jáde sí ibi tí a mọ̀ sí gov.uk. Ìtọ́kọ̀jẹ́ kó yé wa ni pé ìdàgbàsókè àti ìfẹ́ táwọn ní sí Nàìjíríà àti South Africa ló jẹ́ káwọn gbé ìyẹn foreign secretary láti tẹ̀síwájú lọ sí Nàìjíríà àti South Africa. Lóòótọ́ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ni wọ́n fi kọ́, àmọ́ kákọ̀ ṣe àyàngbéfọ̀ kékeré lé lórí. Wọ́n ní táwọn bá wò ó ìyẹn ọrọ̀ ajé tiwa àti South Africa bó sì máa lọ sókè ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ. Kódà wọ́n náwọn fẹ́ kí àjọṣepọ̀ àwọn àti Nàìjíríà kó túbọ̀ wà dáadáa ju bó ṣe yẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ, pé kó lè jẹ́ kí n tó máa mú ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè fún ìyẹn Britain àti Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n tún wá jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ìdí tí àwọn ṣe gbé arákùnrin Dide òun ni pé àwọn rí dájú pé lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ eléyìí ló máa jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tí arákùnrin máa lọ sí Nàìjíríà, àmọ́ ti lọ sí South Africa ìyẹn ní 2013. Wọ́n wá jẹ́ kó yé wa pé tí a bá wo Áfíríkà lénìí, àwọn fẹ́ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká ní ohùn láti lè fi sọ̀rọ̀. Èmi wá bí wọ́n pé irú ohùn wo, ṣé ohùn eléyìí táwọn fọ́ọ̀sì lé wa lórí àbí ìtí àwa ń sọ pé a fẹ́. Wọ́n wá jẹ́ kó yé wa pé o tó bá máa fi di 2050 kódà Áfíríkà ìyẹn ìdàgbàsókè máa ti wà ní gbogbo bẹ̀ gan-an. Kódà wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ní gbogbo àgbáyé o 25% world population ibẹ̀ ló ti máa wáyé, tí ìran Yorùbá náà máa wà láàrin wọn. Ìyẹn tí ìran Yorùbá bá ṣì exist, tí àwọn Fúlàní ò bá tí ì jí wa gbé kó gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n wá jẹ́ kó yé wa pé o lóòótọ́ báwọn kan ṣe ń sọ pé wọ́n ti fún wa ní àǹfààní pé ká lọ dá dúró, àmọ́ respect máa wà fún ìlú méjèèjì. Nígbà tó wá tẹ̀síwájú o, wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé Nàìjíríà táwọn sọ yìí o, ó máa jẹ́ number 5, igbá 5 tó jẹ́ economy ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Ìyẹn wá jẹ́ kàyéfì fún mi pé ṣé a máa dúró de 2075 kó tó di pé a mọ ìntafẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá? Ṣé Britain ló máa sọ fún wa pé àwa Yorùbá tá ń bẹ nínú Nàìjíríà ká dúró sínú Nàìjíríà títí di 2075? Ìyẹn ni ìbéèrè tí mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kólúkálukú wa máa bira wa pé ṣàfẹ́ jẹ́ ká wà nínú Nàìjíríà ni títí di 2075 àbá fẹ́ tètè lọ? Nígbà wo la fẹ́ lọ? Ní àsìkò wo? Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo èèyàn kíyàn máa rókì ní ọkàn wọn.